Hello guys, nice to see you. This is a new episode of Headliners, and today we are talking about crypto wallets. So, Marcel, nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, I see that you sit in a cap of THORWallet. Can
right.
you tell me a little bit more what is THORWallet in numbers, maybe number of users, or how do you start it? So tell me a little more, what is this?
Yeah, absolutely. So we started THORWallet around 3 years ago, and right now we have around 80,000 downloads.
Wow, 80,000. I get it.
Downloads, yeah. 25,000 monthly active users, somewhere around there.
Right.
Fluctuating obviously a bit. Since October, we kind of went into hyper growth, and all our metrics from how much time they spend in the wallet, how many trades they do, the trade sizes, the swaps they do, the revenue we make it from 3x to 10x. So we are in this mode, hyper growth mode, and obviously we want to keep that going.
Amazing.
We're break even since a couple of months now. Also, I would say thankfully due to the bull market, but even without bull market, we are very close, which is very, I would say, special. There are not many wallets out there who actually generate revenue and our profit. I guess it's because of our DNA of THORWallet, what we try to achieve. That's the reason, like from very early on.
Tell me a little bit more about this, because when I heard wallet, okay guys, this is a baked project. This is not a break-even. How do you generate money with the wallet?
Yeah, so the thing is, we are a wallet, but we are a very special wallet. So you know crypto.com, right?
Sure.
Centralized.
Yeah.
Visa card,
yeah.
Very known for that. And you know TRUST.wallet.
Yeah.
Biggest non-custodial wallet. Now we are both of that, but fully DeFi. We have all different kinds of financial services, swapping, savings accounts, even lending and borrowing.
Oh, I get it.
But all those services are fully decentralized.
Oh, yes,
So
they based on a
non-custodial.
smart not custodian, based on a smart contract. They have no
Intermediary.
I get it.
It's trackable on the
Amazing.
blockchain.
Okay.
If you don't like our interface, you could directly interact with the blockchain.
I get it.
The everything is with you, and it's not with us. So even like the savings accounts, we have Bitcoin savings accounts, which is unwrapped, which is unheard of. It's the only wallet that can provide that.
How it works?
The underlying technology is for that particular asset is THORChain. THORChain is a decentralized liquidity protocol. It allows cross-chain to do cross-chain trades, but it also allows to provide LP liquidity pooling for two assets. And an abstraction of that is it also allows just to add one side only. So for example, Bitcoin only, but therefore the yield is a bit lower.
Maybe go a little bit deeper how it works, because I understand if you provide liquidity pooling, you need a pair. Let's say Bitcoin and USDC.
Yeah, exactly. On THORChain, that's actually Rune.
What does it mean, Rune?
The Rune token from THORChain.
Okay,
so
I get it.
You in THORChain, and this is also for Maya chain, which is a fork. You always pair, let's say, Bitcoin and Rune, and Ethereum and Rune, and that's how you can very easily trade native Bitcoin to native Ethereum, or to native BNB, native Dash, native Arbitrum.
So you have your own token as a buffer. I don't know.
Like a liquidity token in between.
Okay, what are the main risks for this model? If you're honest, I'm not super familiar with liquidity staking. This is the thing that I want to learn a little bit more. But what I heard from my friends, when we have some tokens, liquidity tokens, this is some type of risks. Or not?
If you do pool, let's say on THORChain or on Uniswap, SushiSwap, and you always provide two tokens, you have the risk of impermanent loss.
Yes.
But it could also be impermanent gain. It can be both.
Okay.
Because you start with 50-50, but then because of the pool shift when it trades, always compare to if you would have hold the tokens instead of putting into it the pool, you can have an impermanent gain or loss. Impermanent in the sense of if you withdraw now, then the impermanent would get actual. This is a very long-term strategy for investors, I would say, if you want to provide liquidity 2 years, 3 years, because over that time, statistically, just the fees get higher than in case you do have impermanent loss. But not many people in crypto are here for long-term games.
What is long-term game for you?
2 or 3 years.
2 or 3 years.
That's for crypto. It's a very long time, right? Like 1 month in crypto is like 1 year.
Who is your main audience then, if you are targeting this type of long-term game?
Well, the thing is, THORChain has solved that issue that you can also provide one side only, so Bitcoin only, and then the protocol
who's providing the other side?
The protocol own liquidity. That way you don't have impermanent loss. You have a proper savings account. But instead of, let's say, 7% on Bitcoin with a liquidity pool, you only have 2%, like lower risk, lower reward.
Who gains this 5% difference? You as a company?
So all those APIs on the savings accounts or on the liquidity pool, they're based on the trading activity of the protocol, because those liquidity pools are used for swaps. So if you swap through THORWallet Bitcoin to Ethereum, you need to pay a fee. And this fee is split between the LPs, the savers, and the node operators, who there are over 100 nodes. It's fully decentralized.
Wow. So how many nodes do you have right now?
There are over 100 nodes running.
Who is the guys who started this?
It's fully anonymous. The guy who started it, he just literally 2 weeks ago, he made himself public, because he knew that what he was building is kind of revolutionary.
You mean this?
The founder of THORChain.
I get it.
Yeah, his name is JP.
Okay.
Just 2 weeks ago, he was in Zurich and he made a $2 million investment in THORWallet, because he
really
fully believes in what we are doing, like a decentralized crypto.com.
Wow. So let's go a little bit deeper. THORChain, this is a chain.
Yes, it's a layer 1 chain.
THORWallet, this is your idea.
It's a mobile app, mobile version. We started with THORChain because I identified THORChain as THORChain is like the core banking system for DeFi.
I'm a little bit inspired because it looks like it's not very popular. You are the first guy that I am talking to me about THORChain. Maybe I'm not in a deep finances and I'm not going deep.
THORChain deserves a lot more publicity, but THORChain does not pay any marketing, has no KOLs, nothing. It just builds technology. It does not care about, it's here for the long run. It's now a top 50 project, $2 billion valuation. At the peak, it was close to $5 billion. In my opinion, it will be a top 5 token within 5 years, for sure. Just because there are not many real projects who solve a real issue out of those 20,000 tokens that exist in crypto.
But
right?
THORChain solves.
It solves
what's the problem it solves?
Interoperability between the different chains. You can swap native assets, native Bitcoin. It's the first chain that made Bitcoin DeFi ready. Before you had to wrap Bitcoin to wrap BTC, and then it's traded on Uniswap. But wrapping an asset is a risk. It's not nice. The future is native. Actually, when you run a THORChain node, behind the scene, a THORChain node runs a Bitcoin node, Ethereum, BNB. With Maya, it runs Dash, Arbitrum. So it used to be pretty complex to run a THORChain node. Now it's easy. Now you press a button and it spins up all the sub nodes behind the scene.
I know that it's not about the THORWallet, but what requirements I need to comply with to become a validator, run a node on a THORChain?
Right now, to be competitive, you need roughly around 1 million Rune tokens, and Rune is trading at around $4 or $5.
Oh my gosh! So around 6 millions.
Yeah, right now to run a Thor node. Yeah.
What do you mean to be competitive?
Because 100 nodes are active, but more than 100 are available. And every 3 days there is a churn going on.
I get it.
The churn in and churn out. And the more Rune you have at stake, it's proof of stake, to lose, basically, if you misbehave. The more you have, the higher the chance you get churned in.
It's very interesting that it's like ecosystem, because now everybody talks about the tone, but tone have let's say, the similar idea that the guy that stake it, the more it's stake, the more power you have.
I know that THORChain is very interesting in implementing ton as well.
Oh, really?
And then you can trade ton to Bitcoin natively.
turned to Bitcoin.
Yeah.
How do you come up with the idea to create a wallet on a THORChain?
Right. So my idea was a bit earlier, maybe in 2017, all my friends, they approached me, asked me, how do I buy Bitcoin? And I had to tell them...
Sorry, where do you live?
Switzerland.
In Switzerland?
Yeah.
In 2017?
Yeah, they were like,
hey,
Marcel...
I know it was a problem.
Because I was like this IT guy, whenever they had a problem with their laptop, they call me, hey, Marcel, I have this problem, can you come and fix it? So now they're like, hey, I heard Bitcoin, where do I buy it? And I had to tell them, download the Coinbase app and then, buy there. And I was like, damn it, I wish it was my app, not Coinbase. But obviously I was too late in that game. A bit later I was like, now all my friends, they do have crypto. I want them to earn in a savings account on their crypto, so it's not just sitting in a wallet. So I was researching, how can I provide savings account? And there were a couple of bullet points that were important, like native assets, not wrapped, was important for me. I didn't like wrapped. That already ruled out pretty much everything I looked into except THORChain. Then I found THORChain in my research, and back then it was very early. The mainnet wasn't live. It was only one chain, not multi-chain. It was called Chaos Network at the time. But I realized they will do native Bitcoin or any native swapping. In theory, that means they can also deliver a savings accounts, but down the roadmap. So I got in contact with the developer team and asked them, do you plan to do that too? And they're like, yeah, for sure, maybe in 2 years. I'm like, awesome, I'm going to build a wallet. Let's implement THORChain first just to cross-chain swap. So we were the first wallet out there that allowed native swaps in our wallet. And then we just expanded. Then the liquidity pooling, then the savings accounts. Of course, we also implemented like 1inch and all other DEXs. So you can basically now swap from, let's say, an Ethereum token to a Kuchira token. You can basically go from, you use 1inch first, then THORChain, my chain, and then a Kuchira DEX. So there are 4 different routes behind the scene, but the user does not need to know this. It's fully decentralized, one transaction, one token to one token, fully native. And no one is doing that.
What is the difference with Uniswap, let's say?
Uniswap is only on Ethereum, or basically only on EVM.
So now I can trade in your THORWallet, let's say, some token on Solana to any other token on Ethereum in one swap.
Yes, correct. We're not there yet with any chains. There's so many chains, but the idea basically is to have all top 20 layer 1 chains connected, so you can do all this in one transaction.
I think the most popular one now is Solana and Ethereum.
Yes,
and you support it. So
Solana is currently being implemented in THORChain.
Okay,
it's in the works because they're pretty tech heavy behind the scenes, Solana, but maybe 1-2 months, and then this will be a reality.
It will be super interesting if you can swap, let's say, one mem coin on Solana to other mem coin on base Ethereum. It will be funny, really. So you can do it. It's crazy.
That will be a reality.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Why you're not so popular at the moment? Why nobody knows it? Maybe I'm not deep in crypto, but you're talking about some really special things for the market.
Yeah, we have been building this during the bear market, just very carefully, literally reduced marketing spend to like 5% of what it used to be before. We have implemented a Visa card as well in our app.
But so it looks like you need to be
for the Visa card, you need to be KYC'd.
You need to be European citizen or maybe US citizen. You cannot be anyone in the world, I think.
We're expanding. It's actually a proper Swiss bank account you get in THORWallet.
Okay.
And then the Visa card is a debit card. So I can top up. There is Swiss franc, US dollar, and euro. And it's a euro card. And in July, August, there will be a MasterCard as well with dollar. And then you simply, with USDC, Arbitrum, you put you basically top up your bank account and you can spend with the Visa or MasterCard. It's available right now. The bank account is available in roughly 90 countries, but the Visa card only in Europe. But in August, there will be a big expansion to literally over 100 countries, and only a couple of countries like United States, China, they're not allowed to to do it because it's just banned or complex. But it made sure like Hong Kong, Singapore, Japan, Vietnam, Australia.
What about the Dubai?
They're Dubai as well.
Yeah.
There as well. It will all be enabled.
I want to ask you these questions for the last 15 minutes. What the core product of the THORWallet? Because now I am choosing in my head between swap and savings account.
Yeah.
What are the core? What has the most users or the most metrics?
Swaps. Yes, definitely swaps. Yeah.
Okay, who is the target audience for this? I know that it can be any crypto guy, but it looks like you have some focus.
For THORWallet, it's literally, I want to onboard every user of crypto.com because it's just, it's the better solution because it's non-custodial. So all these DeFi services for swapping, savings account, lending and borrowing, you don't need to do KYC. You only need internet and a mobile phone, right? Literally no intermediary, no gatekeeping. No one can tell you, no, you're not allowed to do that. You can bank the unbanked. There are 1.9 billion people on top of the current DeFi users who wish to have access to a financial system, but they don't because they either don't have a passport or they're just geographically too far away from a bank, location. But they do have a mobile phone and internet. So all those countries, they will leapfrog the traditional finance system and just go to DeFi directly.
It will be like it happens with the 3G, LTE, 5G. It's
Yeah, exactly.
I can make a parallels.
Exactly. Internet is fast enough. Phones are
like
good
in
enough.
the US, it was no LTE. It was like 4G. They just swapped from 3G to 5G.
Right. And like in Africa and those countries, there were no landlines at all. They just immediately went to mobile phones. So the same thing is going to happen with the financial system, and we want to be the number one player they use.
Okay, but talking about these 80,000 users that you have right now, I know that it's fully decentralized, but do you have an idea, because you have a mobile app, and anyway, you don't know the users, because Apple, I'm familiar with iOS development. Let's say they don't share with you any metrics with their Scott platform. Also, I can help you with some optimization, because we are quite pro in this field. We can do magic things with the Scott optimizations, also with Scott 4.0. What are the geographically of these users?
It's literally all around the world. US still being the biggest market, then probably Europe and Asia. Russia, top 4 language in the app. It's literally everywhere where we are, but a heavy focus on US, Europe, Asia, I would say in general. Spanish, I think second most important.
Spanish, it's a very interesting fact. They are growing super fast.
They're growing super fast.
Half of the US talking Spanish.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was a big insight for me when I was in Venezuela, and I can speak English. Nobody understands me. I was on a Los Rocos. It's a beautiful island where you can kite surf, you can skydive. It's around 2,000 people only, and only my instructor speaks English. It's crazy. Julio, I want to say hello to my instructor Julio, because he saves us there. What about the iOS and Android share? This is 50-50, or you have some?
No, it's heavily iOS. Well, actually,
you're not the first guy. You're not the first. Also, yesterday, I have a guy from Stepan.
Right. Yeah.
I was impressed that they have the more iOS users than Android.
I need to change a bit. Or be more precise. Maybe it's 60-40, but the volume and the revenue generated is heavily towards iOS. And that's simply because, or at least that's my understanding, if they can afford an iPhone, they have more money to make bigger trades.
I don't know, is it correct to ask or not, but what is the average size of the swap? Let's say, I don't know, maybe $50, $100,
Let's have a quick look.
Because
should I have a look?
Yeah, sure, no worries. We can if you have a chance, we can have a look of the app. It will be great.
Yeah, definitely. So an average wallet made us around $160 revenue so far.
Wow.
The average revenue per transaction is actually $7. It's very high, and we made around $500 million. So $580 million in volume.
I get it. So if we're talking about, let's say $7, what is the average percentage of your charge?
We have a tiered system, kind of a freemium model, because we have our own token, TGT.
Okay. If you earn $7 per one transaction in average.
On average probably around 0.6%.
0.6%.
Yeah, per transaction is our fee.
So
on
like
average.
$7, it's like, so the average around a little bit more than 1,000.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I get it. So 1,100. The average size of
Of a trade.
swap
Yeah.
on your platform.
Yeah, that's
wow,
right.
it's
Yeah.
a lot, really.
Yeah.
It's
We
great.
had the biggest swap probably was around 1.2 million in one swap, streamed over maybe 10 hours, because we can. It's very interesting. There is a feature called streaming swaps, where you can, in a streaming swap over several hours,
You
you
just
have
create a
different
limit.
sub swaps.
Okay.
There is no sandwich attack or whatever, and there is very low slippage, like 5 basis points. So it's literally competing with centralized OTC desks.
Wow.
And the biggest trade was probably around 4.5 million from Bitcoin to Ethereum, or the other way around.
Sorry, 5 beeps is like 5 points. It's like 0.05.
0.05, yeah, that's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's cheap.
It's very
for
cheap, yeah.
DEXs also.
And
for
then
the
we
DeFi.
then we have our fee on top, but that's volume based as well. If you do such a big trade, it's like 0.1%.
Wow.
So your overall
You're super
trade
competitive, I get it.
super competitive. Yeah, you see that in the chart. If you check out the THORChain volume, it's now top 3 decentralized exchange, rivaling Uniswap.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm inspired that maybe I'm not in the field, but it looks like you need to more people know about you. It looks like you come to a point,
That's why we're here.
even when you are break even, and you need to expand it to the world.
Yeah.
It's
Now
amazing.
we're ready. We're just, building. Also the THORChain team, the THORWallet team, everyone was concentrating, building, no bullshitting, no blah, blah.
Tell me about this years. You started in 2017?
That's when I went full-time crypto, but the THORWallet started 3 years ago.
3 years
So,
ago.
Yeah.
What was your, I don't know, common challenge? What was the hardest part of these 3 years? From the maybe developer side. I think that...
Generally it was just massive amount of work. I worked 7 days a week, 16 hours a day, every day.
What was your motivation?
My motivation was to get break even, make sure all of our employees have their salary paid at the end of the month and they don't need to be afraid that we run out of money, and build a product that has a purpose and not, meme coins are fun, but I'm not a big fan of them, right? They don't use...
I know what you're talking about.
And I saw so much the potential of DeFi. So yeah, we were just, the whole team was working their ass off regularly, and you could come up with challenges every day. Like, it's hard to say which one was.
How do you start this company? With your own money or with it's venture baked? How it works?
With my own money, and at that time I had an incubator company that supported me, but we split pretty early, and then it was myself only.
So you are your money as an investor,
Yeah,
you're the
right.
founder,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't have funds on
And
board,
then
you don't have a pressure.
So we issued a token. We did a token raise. We raised around 5 million 3 years ago, close to, just at we probably were one of the last projects before the door closed and the bear market hit. And now 2 weeks ago, the founder of THORChain himself came to
He baked
Zurich.
you. It's great.
And he's an amazing guy, probably also worth having an interview. He used to be an Air Force pilot, Royal Air Force, flying Hornets and stuff, and now he bought a helicopter and he flew it from Airbus all the way to Australia, and now through...
Sorry, what? From where?
From France.
By helicopter?
Yeah.
From France to Australia?
Like 30-40 days in 20
God.
countries. Yeah, it's an amazing. And he has a YouTube channel too, and now he's flying from North Pole to South Pole
subscribe to him.
as an explorer.
Okay.
And he will do a next Netflix series about it.
Wow, what's the name of his
JP Thor.
I want to ask him
and
about
you know what?
his
So there are 2
scariest.
helicopters flying behind each other.
I get it. If something happened.
One is filming.
Okay.
And the second helicopter will be fully THORWallet branded.
My gosh, I get it.
So we don't have a
We
Lambo.
need to support him because he have only 165 subscribers.
He was anonymous for all those years.
Oh my God.
But obviously, kind of a important person for crypto.
This is my dream. I will do it this year. As a headliners, we become the largest podcast. And now I want to open a Headliners travel branch. and I want to create some unique travels. So one of the first one will be in Panama, and I want us to be landed in Panama. Then the guys will pick us with helicopters.
Right.
So we will do right from the airport. We'll do a short excursion around the city, landed in in a hotel. And the next morning, also, I want to fly with 2 or 3 or maybe 5 helicopters with all our people across all the Panama Channel. Look into the ships, etc., doing content, then landed somewhere in jungles. I made a bike or quads trip. So it will be a hard travel. But I'm inspired with the things when you can film and other helicopter from.
It's amazing. It's great PR and it's fun.
It's fun. It's fun. First of all, I get it.
Yeah.
What about? I want to ask you, as a European founder. It's super also that you raised money, you self-baked this project first. Do you have any ideas to stop this project when everything goes wrong?
Stopping
I mean, I don't know, really, it's like, because this idea that you need to pay salary to the guys, to your developers.
Right.
Do you have hard times during this 3 years period? Or you was financially, all your trip was financially planned?
So my background is actually finance, and I was...
You know how to plan it?
And now, yes, and I was all my life in the startup industry. I saw companies mismanage their treasuries. I guess that's why I learned it the hard way, how you actually do manage.
How many startups do you failed before THORWallet?
Probably 4 failed and 2 are okay. 1 is now, besides THORWallet, also doing pretty fine. Deck Institute, for example, is currently the leading certification platform, online exams for digital asset specialists.
Wow.
Certified digital assets specialists, with all the big universities around the globe supporting it.
So this is
It's like another startup.
But this is some company that helps to certify blockchain specialists around the world.
Yeah. For example, all the banks are now, they need digital asset specialists who understand crypto. So the chartered financial analyst, CVA, traditional finance, that's the past, that's history. Now they need to be ready for digital assets. So, for example, all major Swiss banks, they now have a digital asset team, and all their heads, if you actually Google, go on LinkedIn and check their names, they have like their name, and next to it it's CDDA, Chartered Digital Asset Analyst. Wow. Because they did the exam. There's level 1, level 2, level 3.
Amazing. Can you tell me a little bit about old money? Because you are from Switzerland, and from my perspective, Switzerland is more about old money than a young money, something like this, because it's unite the richest people around the globe. But you're, as an example, a guy that tried to disrupt the things, and you are quite successful in it. Is this old money, I know, are ready to these digital years? I don't know how to call it. Because, I think that the big switch was after the book by Ray Dalio. I think Ray Dalio. Yeah. I think because he has he's the number 1 person in finances, and a lot of people in traditional finances read this book, and maybe that shifts something.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the financial industry in Switzerland is one of the most important
in the world.
Actually, in the world, obviously also within Switzerland itself. There is old finance. Europe in general, and Switzerland being geographically within Europe, they're not super strong with like startup funding and so on. That's more like Silicon Valley and so on. But Switzerland is super strong in crypto. So the crypto valley in Switzerland is the number 1 spot globally for crypto.
How does it help in real examples?
In real example, it means we have 7 presidents, not 1.
7 presidents of
Switzerland. It's very democratic.
Okay.
and every one of the president has a field: finance, military, internal affairs, right? And they actually come from different parties. It's not that you vote one president and then everyone goes to right, and then 4 years later everyone goes to left. I mean, what kind of a system is that? Doesn't work. So there are 7 presidents. They're from different parties, and they always need to find a consensus within each other before something comes into action, which makes things stable. Anyhow, many years ago, one of the presidents decided Switzerland should become a crypto nation. So the national bank, the financial industry, everyone was like, oh, okay.
I remember it in 2017 or 2018. I visited Switzerland several, also Crypto Valley, several
Crypto
times.
Conference.
And crypto conference.
Yeah,
and
CVC conference. And that's actually where
I know
he
what
said
you're
that.
talking about. Yeah.
Thanks to that, so there is a whole ecosystem of, you have universities teaching it. I built the first crypto finance course within Switzerland, probably worldwide, certified by university, crypto finance and cryptocurrencies, certificate of advanced studies, and you can do a master degree on it. So you have education for bachelor masters, so young people, but also further education for people who are already working in their 30s, 40s, but need to educate them to go to the next level. So full education span from left to right. Startup funding is not much an issue in crypto because it's global. You have banks who support, basically you get a bank account for a crypto company, which in 2017, pretty much only in Switzerland was possible. Now there are different states within Switzerland, and every state has a bank which is state-owned, Kantonalbank. Already 3 of them offer crypto in their e-banking solution to users.
You just told me Switzerland. It looks like I need to go to Switzerland and
if you're serious
and
about
spend some time there, maybe doing some podcasts, because it looks like if I want to learn more.
Ethereum Foundation is there, Cardano, Near Foundation. You know, every serious layer 1's foundation is pretty much located there.
I also plan to fly to Consensus in the US at the end of May. So I think it will also
come pass by. Happy to show you around.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for sure.
I will message you. Thanks a lot, because it will be a first for me. But I bought NFT to be there, and I had a raffle. I also bought win some lounge access or something like this. It's crazy, amazing. Thanks to share. That's why I started this podcast in English, because it's like a different world. That's what I met in THORChain 2049. Because now we're doing this podcast in April 19. And I know that you have been on the boss conferences on Blockchain Live and THORChain 2029.
Yeah, that's right.
2049. Can you tell me the idea of each of these conferences?
Why I went there?
What is the difference between them, and the idea of from your perspective as a founder of a successful project? Because for me, this is a completely different conferences.
I was at both, and I also was at Web3 in between at Atlantis as well. And what I realized is that just the community who attended are quite different, which was interesting. I didn't know.
Can you explain it a little bit more?
So I realized Blockchain Live, when I went there, had big Russian community there, and then small Asian. Web3 Summit was fully Asian, I would say.
Okay, I get it.
80%. And THORChain, since Singapore, THORChain, it's kind of a top brand, and everyone comes internationally. So there was US people I know came here, other European people came here, Asian people came here. So this was more like, I would say, than the global community who arrived for THORChain. That's so far what I realized.
What was your goal for the every conferences?
My goal?
Because you spent
initially the idea was regarding funding. So as mentioned, we are break even, but I want to boost now, because now we have a product and we just need marketing to explode. But this was kind of solved with JP investing 2 weeks ago. So I'm kind of relaxed and just floating around, meeting the people I want to meet. So it's kind of relaxed for me right now.
Wow.
Which in the past conferences maybe it hasn't.
I want to show you something. As I told you about our project, and I want to show you our metrics, our countries. Maybe if you needed this, or this is a list of the countries that we have users right now.
This is amazing.
Yeah, it's maybe dated 5 days ago or something like this. So we can discuss a possible partnership with you. Because as I showed you, it's super easy to install your wallet. We just need to make one. This is made by 5 minutes, but we need to negotiate a
and what is super interesting, because I don't see in the top list, and I don't even want to share it.
You can share it.
I see those countries that
you are talking about. I know.
Yeah, and I want them to use it.
I know, and that's why I show it to you. I know. That's why when you're talking about 1.3 billion people that don't have access, that's
Exactly.
It is.
Exactly.
That's why. Also, we are the first company that shared our Google Analytics on Twitter. We shared it on a Twitter and told me that this is a new way of transparency.
Yes.
We just share not the screens, we share the screen record. So maybe we can do something interesting for you, because I was looking for a wallet. Really, I was looking for the wallet to make a drop, to make all the things. Let's see how it will work. Okay, tell me a little more about the future of THORWallet. What is your main approach right now?
So right now we're kind of fixing ironing out the last bugs and just the architecture wise, the technology behind the scene to be able to fully grow to 100 million users, right? Just to fully explode. And for that, certain just puzzle pieces need to finish out. But that's in the last, 5%. And that's it right now. We'll do a slight retouch of the user interface, just slightly, just getting ready, because we're working now 3 years. Just in the last phase, still hyper focused, everyone, and then we just want to hit the market fully. Hey, this is THORWallet. You need to know about it. Test it, try it. If you have feedback, we're always super transparent. I regularly go into the support tickets and answer the support tickets myself. And then they realize, oh, you're the CEO. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, that's insane. Normally Web3 projects don't have a support. And then now even the CEO, but I need to know what's going on, right? That's it. We're ironing out all the last things and then we're ready to hit the market big time.
What does it mean to be a CEO?
I would say responsibility. I want to treat my employees good, fair. I ask for a lot. I want that they work hard. I want my teams to be top. I don't need a big team. We are only 9 people. I think overall we don't need to be bigger than maybe 15 people. WhatsApp had like 16.
I like this idea, like Telegram.
Yeah. Their Telegram, 25, 30 people, something like this.
I remember when they was 12, now they're 25. Yeah,
right, so 12 people and you can reach hundreds of millions of users, right? But you need to incentivize them right, treat them right. But in return, they maybe have a new approach of looking at things, but basically people giving me their time to work, right? When I had a job interview, I told them, you should pitch me your company, why I should work for you. It's not me pitching myself to you, it's the other way around. But they were like, what you can't do this. I'm like, yeah, I am right now. And the same thing I'll do with my employees. So I guess it's responsibility. It's hard to switch off. It's not a company you go home 5 p.m., 6 p.m. and then you switch off. I have family and everything, but if shit hits the fan, I need to be available. I had to wake up at 3, 4 a.m. in the morning because something happened. And then I just need to function. In the end, that's what an entrepreneur wants as well. Like, this is not a complaint. This is just...
This is the way.
This is the way, but I like it.
I learned, I heard some question several days ago that what is more important, the way or the result? But the answer was the company.
Yeah.
The people that we are talking about.
Yeah.
What about you? What makes you happy?
It's very, very interesting, the result or the way. Everyone wants to go for the result. I had to learn to enjoy the ride, because sometimes if I was able to press forward on a remote control, press forward to go to complete, I would have pressed it because it's painful, work, waking up, working. But then you realize you need to enjoy the ride, the journey as well. This is very important for me. It was very hard to learn. I guess I still am learning. While I'm learning this, it gets more joyful. You spend more time. You meet people, new people, and it's very important. It's very, very important to enjoy the ride too. And because in the end, does it actually ever stop? Because if you have achieved this goal, then you already set the next goal. So do you actually ever arrive? Probably not. So the journey is probably more important. The company around it, the company is just like a legal structure that floats with you.
I mean, company
right?
about the people. I mean,
the
company
people.
Around
the people around it. Yeah. Because we're decentralized, twice a year, I invite everyone, fly everyone to Switzerland, to Zurich, meet up. And because we were working now super hard, this year we're actually flying to Bali and to a 1 week
vacation,
co-working vacation, team events in Bali. It's also a part of a payback, right? To give to your people.
Guys, we are done for today. Thanks for staying with us, and do what you want to do, because you are the only person that can get it. Thank you.